Warriors are 3-1 since trading for Jimmy Butler, but currently stand 10th in the West, which is 16.5 games back of first place. That would be the Thunder. Initially, after the trade, Stephen A. said he wasn't moved by the deal, but Draymond Green has a different thought, and he's thinking rings.
I think we're going to win the championship.
Say that one more time so that everybody here can
say that with your chest.
I didn't hear you. My earpiece.
Because they added Jimmy Butler the third. So what did you say?
81.
I'm sorry. I said I think we're going to win a championship, but I lied. We are going to win the championship.
Wow.
I'm telling you. Because I don't believe any of these teams are that great. Boston, yes, you got to go through Boston. You got to get through the champs. But we got to get through the West first. But none of these teams scare me.
What was your reaction to Draymond saying you guys are winning the championship this year?
We love pressure. We love expectations. He know that. He's smart. He know what he's saying.
Jay, do you like this from Dre and Steph?
I don't have a problem with it. He just has to go out there and back it up. But while Draymond said there's no big bad team, who he think afraid of Golden State? Even with Jimmy Butler. Do I believe they can beat OKC? No. Do I believe they can beat the Thunder? No. Hell, I don't believe if the Lakers these last 30 games get into some type of rhythm, I don't believe they can beat the Lakers, let alone dealing with Cleveland and Boston. So I don't have him having the confidence. He should believe that, but I don't believe I don't see that. And I've watched this team, and I know what Jimmy Buckets is. But those three, I don't believe that is enough for Golden State to get through the West and beat either Cleveland or Boston, maybe even the Knicks, even if your Knicks can get hot at the right time. No, I do not believe Golden State Warriors can win a championship this year. But I don't have a problem with him saying it because, hey, if he doesn't believe it, who else does?
Well, I love it. And I love it because now he's got to go out there and back it up. And I think it's made the latter part of this NBA season that much more compelling. I think it's increased it exponentially so. The fact of the matter is you have the greatest shooter on God's green earth that is still a superstar in this league playing for the Golden State Warriors, although I would have liked to have seen him in the three-point shooting contest last night, fellas, since that is his home turf. It would have been nice to see him in the three-point shooting contest instead of sitting around being a spectator. But that's me. Having said all of that, we know what Steph Curry is. We know what he brings to the table. Jimmy Butler brings a different dimension, and I can respect where Draymond is coming from. Because you have a guy that's totally different than Steph Curry, but it's complemented them thus far. They're 3-1 in the 4 games that Jimmy Butler has been there. Do y'all know that Jimmy Butler has been to the free throw line 40 times? He's accumulated 40 free throws in the 4 games that he's played. So you got a guy that's not Andrew Wiggins, okay, that knows when to be aggressive, knows how to be aggressive, and most importantly, he spares Steph Curry, not just because he can be a bona fide secondary option, but because he gets to the free throw line, all of a sudden, we got to remember who Steph Curry is, and his greatest asset outside of his marksmanship is his conditioning. But he is going to be 37 years of age. And his movement without the basketball and constantly having to run around with everybody looking for him and creating space for him so he can launch. If you have a guy like Jimmy Butler, not only who can score, but who can get to the free throw line, buying you rest, that also galvanizes you because ultimately it elevates your energy. So we can't dismiss that. And then Draymond being Draymond with this cat post showing some capability, et cetera, et cetera. Do I believe they would beat OKC? No. Do I believe they would beat Denver? No. But I do love the fact that Dre has said what he said and put Golden State in that position because he's the kind of brother, Steph's the kind of brother, Jimmy Butler's damn sure the kind of brother that will go out there and do everything they can to back up Draymond's words, which would make it very, very interesting. So I don't think it's true, but I love the fact that he said it.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's supposed to say that. He's supposed to have that belief. But did they have this belief before Jimmy Butler got there? No, right? And now, all of a sudden, you're looking at, I got to applaud Joe Lacob, and I have to applaud Mike Dunleavy. Because before Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, it was times that brother looked defeated. Okay, he had one foot in the grave and the other on the banana peel. We didn't know if he was going or coming. And all of a sudden, you bring Jimmy Butler back, and it gives Steph Curry and Draymond Green joy, and it gives them life again. I don't believe that they're going to win it. Matter of fact, I know they're not going to win an NBA championship this year, but they definitely as hell going to compete. I believe that their ceiling is a first-round exit, and that's pretty cool for them because for the simple fact they're a year away. They're a year away. They have to address the other areas on their roster before they could be legit title contenders. They can't beat Oklahoma City in the 7-game series. They can't beat the Denver Nuggets in the 7-game series. They can't beat the Celtics or the Cavs in the 7-game series. But I don't blame Draymond Green for saying that. He's supposed to say that. Hell, I wish OKC would say that. They still haven't came out on record and said, we're trying to go win a championship. That is I think a team in their organization that they're not going to speak on that. Why not?
Listen, let me say this before I give it back to you, Shay. Nobody has been more critical of Sam Presti than me, and I'm not backing up from it. This is one of the great, great executives in basketball. But I'm going to say this to you, Shannon, right in front of Big Perk, and put him up on the screen because I want to see them when I'm saying this. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, okay? All of the Victor Oladipo, all right? Now you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, damn. Sam Presti this man has accumulated some of the greatest rosters we've seen in a modern era. Never wins a championship, and no one ever brings it up. Everybody else, as an executive, at some point in time, when you are knocking on the door, we say, when are you going to kick it in? This man has been an executive in Oklahoma City for, 17 years, Big Perk? Come on now. I mean, listen, at some point in time, I got to look at Sam Presti like, are you going to close the deal? Listen, Scott Brooks is to be respected, no doubt. Billy Donovan is to be respected. Billy Donovan won national championships at Florida. Scott Brooks is a damn good coach, okay? He's not an assistant, but he's a damn good head coach in OKC, okay? And Dagnall obviously can coach his butt off as well. But at some point in time, whether it's the coaching staff, whether it's a missed player here or there, whatever, at some point in time, if it were any other executive, we would be saying, when you going to deliver the chip? We get to say that about Sam Presti. So I'm glad you brought that up, Big Perk. Shay, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm not sure they can beat a healthy Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks. Hell, they might not even get past Memphis. There are so many teams that when you say in a 7-game series, Perk and Stephen A., are we sure that the Golden State Warriors, even with the addition of Jimmy Butler, are better than these teams in a 7-game series? I don't know if y'all been watching the last 3 to 4 games, but have y'all noticed something different about Jamal Murray? Because he ain't bull jiving. Now, you know that walking everything. That walking everything is, which is Nikola Jokic, that's going to give you 30, 20, and 15. I'm disappointed when he don't give me a triple-double. He give you a triple-double with 20, 12, and 12. You're like, man, what was going on tonight? You must have didn't feel good. Because I'm used to seeing him give me Perk 30, 22, and 16. Look, I understand Draymond, and that's the one thing. The greatest fear you can possess over someone is their fear. So I don't think anybody fears Golden State. He says Golden State doesn't fear anyone. I'm trying to figure out who in the Western Conference that are above them fear the Golden State Warriors. I don't believe anybody. We know what Steph Curry is, and we know he's a great, great player. But I just don't think they have nearly enough in order to compete with those teams, the OKCs, the Denver. Like I said, I'm not so sure they can beat the Lakers. I really don't. And I definitely don't think they can beat Anthony Davis if he gets healthy with Kyrie and AD healthy. And you got Ja Morant.
Right.
But to flip it, Shannon, do you think teams really fear OKC and Denver?
Well, they should fear Denver.
Oh, they fear the Nuggets. Oh, absolutely. They fear hell yeah, you better fear the Nuggets. Hey, that guy that's 6'11", 7 foot tall, that can go get you, he can get you 50 on a given night. You got Jamal Murray, who's playing like the Jamal Murray that was on that title run. Yes, and even Brown is playing unbelievable. You got Russ that's playing well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Molly, the only thing at this point in time, the only thing we can say bad about Jamal Murray is that he could use a haircut. That's about it. That's about it. Ain't nothing else to say bad about Jamal Murray right now. That brother is balling.
No, you're right.
That brother's balling.
He got his mind.
He's balling. But Molly, that was a great question because here's the problem. It's a lot of teams around the league, especially in the Western Conference, they don't fear the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Exactly.
They don't believe that they actually are like that in the 7-game series. I'm not one of those people. I actually believe that they got a lot of pieces over there to get it done and make a legit run to try to go win a championship. Matter of fact, I got them picked to win the Western Conference and represent the West in the finals, but it's a lot of teams and a lot of their peers around the league that don't respect this team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think fear is a unique category.
I wanna try to boast at what I look like. Think I'm gonna try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,